High Court of Manipur dismissed a writ petition of the three BJP ex-MLAs challenging the order of Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly. KOSEM Chairman Dr. Lamabam Mahendra urges schools under KOSEM to submit student evaluation report latest by July 15th. Managing Director of the Bharatiya Infra Project Limited Imphal branch Ningombam Ibochoba says constructions of the Barak RCC bridge will complete within September this year. Manipur reports 796 new COVID-19 cases out of the 4,961 samples tested in 24 hours. Death toll reaches 1,309 with 22 new deaths. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges to Chief Minister of Northeast states to take strict actions to curb COVID-19 situation at a micro level. And India above the 49,000 recoveries and 31,443 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. India's recovery rate stands at 97.28%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin and I'm SHAMBANDURAM with you. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly and maintain a safe distance from one another. Please remember that the fight against the COVID-19 is not over yet. Now the news in details. High Court of Manipur today dismissed a writ petition filed challenging the statement of the Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly that MLA seats of three assembly constituencies are vacant after resignation letter submitted by the three BJP ex-MLAs. The writ petition was filed by the three ex-MLAs as Subhash Chandra of Nauria Pakhang Lakpa Assembly constituencies, Thangja Lem Haukiv of Hanglept Assembly constituency and Samuel the Jendai of Tamelong Assembly constituency. A division bench comprising of Justice Jamir and Ahanthem Bimal dismissed the writ petition. It may be mentioned that the three MLAs succeeded as the BJP MLA in the assembly election in 2017. All three of them resigned from their respective MLAs posts on the 18th of June prior to 2 days of a Rajya Sabha election. Chairman of the Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur, KOSEM Dr. Lamabam Mahendra has informed schools under KOSEM to submit students' evaluation report latest by July 15. In a video released from KOSEM office today, Dr. Lamabam Mahendra said 60 out of 192 schools under KOSEM have submitted a performance-based evaluation report of students. He further appealed to those concerned to submit the evaluation report without delay, considering the career of students. Mahendra also appealed to assessment committee of the respective schools under KOSEM to make it possible on declaring the Class 12 examination result this month. It may be mentioned that the Class 12 exam conducted by KOSEM was cancelled due to the pandemic.
Karimba Taitra Mangasi Namidragadi, Najagaduriba, Zasinsu, Satrasinsu, Councilsu, Unamana Tenazagaduri challenges Sinsi, Chasing career, kind of Lakaduri, school na Masagi Satri district, at the regular Buero, casual Buero, private Buero, permission Lorga, Aluga Pum, Latina Nodaba, Amansi Su, Aluba. One time measure moina Mokoisu Prakasi assessment of the young Namaki permission su the directives of the notice is Tochagibini, higher the Tarik Natari, Tarik Sibau Manunga, higher casual oil, private oil, home the older size school now.
Managing Director of the Bharatiya Infra Project Limited BIPL, the Imphal branch, Ningombam the Ibochoba, said still the superstructure for use at constructions of the Barak RCC bridge has arrived and works are underway to complete construction of the bridge under the supervision of Chief Minister Nongthombam Birend within September this year. He was speaking during a press meet held at BIPL Imphal office Mongsangay, and Ibochoba said constructions of the Barak bridge is completed by 76%. He further appealed to people residing near the bridge, civil society organizations, private organizations to extend cooperation in the completion of the bridge on time. The BIPL Managing Director expressed happiness over inauguration of the Makru Bridge by Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari yesterday. It may be mentioned that the Makru Bridge was constructed under NHIDCL with BIPL as implementing agency since November 2007. He also highlighted the plights faced during construction of the bridge, including economic blockade on state highway, delay in providing land compensation, arrest of the 4 laborers by unknown persons, death of the 1 laborer, transportation of a superstructure, COVID-19 pandemic. He said the completion for construction of the bridge was delayed by 14th month owing to such incidents. He lauded Union Minister Nitin Gadkari and Chief Minister Nongthombam Birend for their cooperation during construction of the bridge.
Baraksi arang pagi Union Minister nasu Honorable Chief Minister nasu September manung da loisan nabunan kan haibirame loina mo khona jage aduga hojik stage da percentage da 76% in progress da September si da ngamna kan khona jage maruina hongje loisan bada ainam miyam da pilama tongning jebudi laidiba civil society Manipur da labor praja khudimangna corporation PB duna thongsi thuna September da loisan besi da miyam na su corporation PB u ayet ba apan ba PB ganu aina miyam da appeal tawjiri thongje koi 2017 gi November dagi saba hujagi ben Barak Makru haiba thong ani maksi aduga actual loigada matam di 2020 gi April da loigada ina miyam da hajaning basi government su koin haning basi matam chana koina pibong ngam hodri basi sigi ngapi yu haina koina hajari matam chana loihogdo maram si blockade togiba covid ki maram moiraga pot pusal ko yadaba even koi gi Meghalaya da koi gi stin jois mayam pusal ko matam da super structure gi stin ji pusal ko matam da thama Meghalaya da pan giba state government kan no hono bidana yo si Meghalaya de pusan birakna koina thabak si loisan mangam jarakoni koi gi worker supervisor mi ji thangna na mi je 4 times mi mari ji phabi gi mi mehek phaba matam da 20 days 25 days koi thabak su ngam de dumai tokna thangna mi ji mari phabi gi ago ma da mi mazu moina hala thabirame.
President of Transporter and Drivers Council TDC H. Ranjit termed inauguration of RCC Makru Bridge as an important landmark in the history of the state. He added the bridge will serve beneficial to the transporters, drivers and people of the state as well. Speaking to media at TDC office MG Avenue today, TDC President H. Ranjit expressed happiness of the inauguration of RCC Makru Bridge by Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari. He also lauded ministers concerned of centre and state government, deputy commissioner, security personnel concerned, village chiefs, local residents for their support in construction of Makru Bridge. He added TDC has been demanding to construct Makru, Barak and Irang bridges along Imphal-Jiribam Road, National Highway number 37. He lauded efforts of the Chief Minister to inaugurate Barak and the Irang bridge within this year. He appealed to government to convert 60-meter long village bridge near Nung Dalal into RCC bridge. He further appealed to government to construct incomplete road construction along Imphal-Jiribam Road.
Honorable Honorable Chief Minister Shri N. Biren Singhana Asoba Thodang Amaga Loinana Akanba Initiative Ama Lobidana Thong Sis Hariba NSID Shell Amadi Marileno contractors in the Akanba instruction Amadi press Herga Loinana Amadi law and order Patabagi Alatana disturb Torpa disturbance Mayam Pirapa Mayamdu Tengarakan the transporters Shingi Manipur Praja Shingi Adumba lifeline Weriba Juma Lambina Si Hangdok Pira Pridamo Amadi Thong Si Kujina Vidamo Hanana Honorable Chief Minister Buju Tagatsari Honorable Chief Minister Gi Warolda transporters Shingi Awaba Kolani Hado Achengba Achumbani Maku Thongsi Sanga Aduna Mayamda Kusina Basi Jiribam Lambenda Yamna Soba Adumba history Mo Oregadoba Thongamani Amadi Matang Sangaratana Hariba Asoba National Highway Ama Oibayabagi Sapsaba Adugi Oiraknabagi Pandam Adumba Oirabani.
Manipur reported 796 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 out of the 4,961 samples tested in the last 24 hours. COVID positivity rate on the July 13 stands at 16.0%. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room, the press released this afternoon, total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur have reached 71,643, out of which 7,706 are active cases. 22 COVID patients died in the past 24 hours, rising the death toll to 1,309. On the positive note, 588 recoveries were reported in the past 24 hours, rising the total recovered cases to 70,402. Manipur's recovery rate stands at 88.64%. All the necessary medical precautionary measures like containment and contact tracing are in place. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged to chief ministers of northeast states to take up strict actions to curb COVID-19 situation at micro levels. He expressed concern over huge crowds in hill stations and markets and urged people to strictly follow the COVID-appropriate behaviors. While interacting with Chief Minister of Assam, Nagaland, Tripura, Sikkim, Manipur, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram today, the Prime Minister said coronavirus is continuously changing its form and there is need to keep an eye on this variants. Highlighting the importance of vaccination, the Prime Minister's emphasized to accelerate the vaccination process to check the possible third wave of COVID-19. He also stressed on removing the vaccine hesitancy among people by taking several measures. He also asked to give focus on the aggressive testing and vaccination in the high-risk areas. He said the northeastern state will benefit from the 23,000 crore rupees package announced by the centre in view of the pandemic. He said it will help the northeastern states to create robust health infrastructure. The Prime Minister said 150 oxygen plants are being set up in the northeastern states to improve the oxygen supply. Thanga MLA Tongram Robindra expressed apprehension that the Vishnupur district is turning into COVID-19 hotspot and appeals to people to cooperate in such situations. He was speaking on the sideline of distribution of the one bag of rice each to around 1,300 Delhi wage earners residing at the areas of Ithing and Kaibul in Thanga today. MLA Robindra encouraged people to get COVID vaccinated.
Pandemic second wave sigi COVID sigi matang dasu akoi Bismur district si haidi yamna hotspot oiba yamna positive masi yam wa khalakpa district nu su oire aduna akoi vaccine se ko loina makap thoksi vaccine je kap thok panatana hariba COVID-19 sing athok rogi pambai se amata laitri adun to save our lives, to save our family, to save our loved ones, we need to be vaccinated.
newly appointed president of the BJP Manipur Pradesh, A. Sharda, who went on 5-day visit to the national capital, had meeting with the BJP national leaders J.P. Nadda and discussed on various topics related to Manipur Assembly Elections 2022. This is Sharda's first political visit since her appointment as president of the BJP Manipur unit. Sharda has apprised to Union Minister for Jal Shakti and Food Processing Industries Prahlad Singh Patel, Minister of State Railway, Coal and Mine Danways Rao Sahib Dada Rao, and Minister of State for Textile Darsana Vikram Jardosh to extend all possible help to the state. The union ministers also give possible nod to her proposals. It is reported that Sharda also meet with BJP National General Secretary Organization B.L. Santosh, National Secretary Sunil Daudhar, BJP National Spokesperson come in charge BJP Manipur Pradesh is Sampit Patar, BJP Mahila Morcha National Vice President Pooja Devi, and top officials of the party during the ongoing visit. Langtabal Assembly Constituency MLA Karam Shyam has condemned a video uploaded on social media wherein some people were seen throwing away edibles which have been distributed to them as COVID-19 relief materials inside a drain. He was speaking during a mass vaccination program held today at the Kakwa Asim Laikai in Langtabal constituency today. Karam Shyam has expressed happiness upon everyone above 18 years of age under Kakwa Assam Laikai polling station being inoculated with COVID-19 vaccine, thus becoming first polling station which 100% vaccinated polling station in the constituency. The local MLA said that he is against some individuals trying to politicize on the COVID-19 related humanity service rendered to the masses. Karam Shyam added during this second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, 178 patients were administered at the community COVID care center in Kanchipur. As of now, only 20 to 30 patients are under isolation at the center, and the rest have recovered. He also lamented that many people in the state are not following the COVID-19 protocols, to which he appealed to the masses to abide by COVID-19 appropriate behaviors.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯖꯗꯕꯗꯤ ꯍꯟꯗꯛ ꯃꯔꯛ ꯂꯥꯡꯗꯕꯥꯜ ꯀꯦꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯌꯨꯝ 22ꯁꯤ ꯑꯉꯝꯕ ꯈꯔꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯚꯣꯂꯟꯇꯤꯌꯔꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯠꯊꯥꯡꯗ ꯌꯦꯟꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯨ ꯍꯩꯗꯣꯛꯑꯒ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯂꯛꯄ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯅꯤꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯉꯝꯕ ꯈꯔ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯕꯗꯨ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯄꯥꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯄꯤꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯍꯩꯗꯣꯛꯑꯒ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯂꯛꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯇꯥꯗꯕ ꯃꯁꯥꯁꯤ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯇꯕ ꯃꯤ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯧ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯎꯠꯊꯣꯛꯆꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯈꯪꯗꯕꯒꯨꯝ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯕꯛ ꯊꯤꯕꯅꯦꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯂꯧꯖꯩ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟ ꯊꯝꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯈꯔꯅ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯀꯣꯚꯤꯗ ꯀꯦꯌꯔ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯚꯤꯗ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯣꯀꯣꯜꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ ꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯍꯟꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏ ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯦꯛꯇ ꯗꯤꯇꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯊꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯂꯥꯏꯖ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯇꯥꯗꯕ ꯊꯧꯑꯣꯡ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯈꯔꯅ ꯆꯠꯊꯔꯛꯄꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯦꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯕꯛ ꯊꯤꯕꯅꯤ.
Technopal police team led by Technopal SPTH Vikramjit has intensified search operations on the vaccines coming from Imphal towards Indo-Myanmar border town Moreh and vehicles going out from Moreh. The initiative was taken up following strict transportation of various items from Myanmar despite the closure of the Indo-Myanmar border owing to COVID situation and shipments of loads in DI Tata and vans towards Imphal. The police team carried out a frisking operation at police checkpost near Ima Kondong Larembi Shrine. Residents under containment at Champanagar in Jiribam district are facing water scarcity issue. In a video released, one resident under contentment John the Kabrabam Kamala said those under contentment are no longer allowed to go to fetch water from either ponds or wells. She appealed to the authorities concerned to look into the matter at the earliest. Water Resources and Yas Minister Letpao Hakib laid a foundation stone of an eco-tourism destination to be set up at total cost of 50 lakh rupees at Lonpinu Gamvet Mold Lonpi village of Chandal district today. The project is sponsored by Minister Letpao and Department of Tourism. Speaking on the occasion, Minister Letpao said the hill has a scenic, beautiful hill climb experience till its top and offers aerial views of the various sides of the state as well as Myanmar side. He added the then Manipuri king Gambhir Singh came up to this hill during 7-year devastation war and took shelter. He added the tourist destination will have the 4 lodging houses and 1 long dormitory to cater to the needs of the visitors and for allowing night stay facilities. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News. Welcome back. After the break, you are watching Primetime, the English Bulletin. India reported a total of 31,443 new COVID-19 confirmed cases during the past 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, country's COVID tally stands above 3,907,000, out of which 4,32,778 are active cases. India reported above the 49,000 recoveries in the past 24 hours, rising the total recovered cases in the country to 3,63,720. India's recovery rate stands at 97.28%, while the death toll has reached 4,10,784, with the addition of 2,020 new COVID-19 fatalities. Over 38 crore 14 lakh people have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in India so far. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 18 crore 82 lakh 10,000 people. Above the 40 lakh 58,000 people have died, and recoveries are above 17 crore 21 lakh. United States of America has the highest active cases of above the 48 lakh 69,000 in the world. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan announced that NEET UG examinations will be held on the 12th of September across the country with full compliance to COVID-19 protocols. Application processed of the examinations begin through NTA website since 5 p.m. today. Education Minister Pradhan said to ensure social distancing norms, number of cities where examinations will be conducted has been increased from 155 to 198. He said the number of examination centers will also be increased from the 3,862 centers used last year. Sedo Hyanglam, a conglomerate of 11 local clubs of Hyanglam along with Hyanglam PHC under the supervisions of Hyanglam MLA Dr. Y. Radheshyam conducted door-to-door COVID test by selecting 2 individuals from every household from Hyanglam Makhalaikai at Hyanglam Makhalaikai Club ground today. Altogether, 30 out of 233 individuals tested positive for COVID-19. Sedo Hyanglam also held a vaccination program for residents of Hyanglam Hiranmai. 150 was inoculated with COVID vaccine. SIL Industrial and NR Media jointly carried out an awareness program and a poster campaign on COVID-19 at Leishingpung village today. SIL Industrial producer Vanjobam Lanajid urged people to cooperate in the mass vaccination programs initiated by the government and strictly follow COVID-19 SOPs. NR Media proprietor and Rajesh along with office bearers of a SIL Industrial took part in the event. Chief Minister Nongthom Birend launched various welfare schemes implemented under Navarat National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development through video conferencing at Chief Minister's Secretariat today. The schemes include a comprehensive scheme for development of MSCB Limited, primary agriculture cooperative societies. He also launches 2 tribal development fund projects in Churachandpur and Firjal district. Speaking on the occasion, the Chief Minister said the government has been making continuous efforts towards inclusive growth, welfare and development in the state. He said that NABARD is a major partner of the state government. He added MSCB and the PACS schemes will strengthen the 46 primary agriculture cooperative societies in the state. He said the TDF project will benefit farmers of Churachandpur and Firjal. BJP Manipur Pradesh State Executive Member and the former Nauriya Pakhang Lakpa constituency MLA R.K. Anand has provided fertilizers to 400 farmers of Nauriya Pakhang Lakpa constituency at the subsidized rate. Clubs and organizations of the constituency jointly organized a distribution event at the residence of R.K. Anand at Kwakaithil, Akhand Laikai today. Speaking at the event, R.K. Anand said farmers in the constituency can get the fertilizers by providing necessary documents. He added arrangements are underway to provide fertilizers to farmers under containment zone. Vice President of the BJP Manipur Pradesh, Dr. Usam Devend, said BJP will consider to give a party ticket to potential BJP youths who are capable of taking responsibilities of the party and willing to serve people. He was speaking during state executive meeting of the BJP Youth Morcha held at J&D Manipur Dance Academy Hall in Dhanamanjuri College campus in Fall today. Devend said the executive meeting was held with an aim to strengthen the party and to discuss on the roles of the youth during the election. President of the BJP Yuva Morcha Manipur Pradesh, K. Ramakrishna, BJP General Secretary Organization of the Manipur and Nagaland, Abhay Kumar Giri and other BJP leaders took part in the meet.
Party in Malaysia, party to Leva, youth chingi, a sober roll lowy. So my daughter, a party to sue, youth share, big balls, you way of a quickie. Other youth sham Kandavia day, party to the responsible Loriba, what Kagan and a Kanba, youth sing general roll ziggy. I don't know what's a Kangaba musing the party ticket. I don't peer up and I touch it.
Lao Karabaki, Professor, to get a Panzer, but Mahana, Manzaramba, Nifugi Matakata, where they have a pandam, the Koy Nazuan Honoraga, Hojoji, President of Bilbao, is a Saragil Sing Makata, Nifugi Matakana, Dam Tako Youth, Mampono Tari, Mapumpono Tako, Ready Legere.
Police team led by Imphal East District SP and Hirojit Meitei detained COVID curfew violators at various areas of the district today. A police team led by Podompan Police Station, SDPO and Suraj detained curfew violators. Those without face masks and helmets were detained at the Kongba Bazaar and the Podompan crossing. Moirang Salai Yakaipung Kaishampad Laimujam Laikai Imphal West condoled the demise of the former leader of the Kanglei Park Historical and Cultural Research Center, Wangkhemcha Chingtamlen. Now the news from the world of sports. 5 Indian players, including 4 women, will compete in different solo events in the upcoming 42nd Summer Olympic Games at Tokyo, Japan from July 23 to August 8. Manipuri female wrestler Saikhom Mirabai Chanu from Nongpok Kapching, Imphal East will take part in the 51 kg category, representing India. This will be her second time to participate in the Olympic Games. Manipuri judo player Sushila Davies Likambam from the Haingang Mayai Laikai will take part in the 48 kg category. Meanwhile, the Bhavani Devi of Chennai will take part in fencing in the Tokyo Olympic Games. This will be the first time that India is taking part in the fencing event of Olympic Games, adding more participants to the solo events. Pranti Nayak from West Bengal will compete in the artistic gymnastics, while the Indian players Fawad Mirza of Bengaluru will take part in the equestrian event. This time, it is worth mentioning that India is competing in equestrian in the history of Olympic Games after a gap of 20 years. World #1 tennis player Novak Djokovic of Serbia is eyeing on winning the Golden Grand Slam. Djokovic has already bagged the title of Australian Open, French Open and Wimbledon in a row this year. Novak Djokovic will win the Golden Grand Slam title if he wins the US Open and a gold medal at the Tokyo Olympic Games, which will kick off on the 23rd of July. In the year 1988, German tennis player Steffi Graf won 4 Grand Slams and gold medals at the Seoul Olympic Games to become the first tennis player to win the Golden Grand Slam winner. On the other hand, US ace John Donald Budge was the first men's tennis player to win the Super Grand Slam by winning 4 Grand Slams in 1938. Later, Aussie tennis player Rod Laver became the second person to second Super Grand Slam by winning 4 Grand Slam championship titles from 1962 to 1969. The Indian cricketer Yashpal Sharma passed away from an illness today. He was 66. Yashpal Sharma, in his cricketing career, had played 37 test matches and 42 one-day international matches from 1979 to 1985. The middle order batsman and part-time bowler hailed from Punjab. Yashpal Sharma scored a total of 1,606 runs in test matches and 883 runs in ODIs, besides taking 1 wicket each in test match and ODIs during the peak of his career. It is worth mentioning that Yashpal Sharma played an immense role in the 1983 Cricket World Cup played at England, where India lifted the cup. The former Indian cricketer also served as an umpire for some time, later becoming a selector of the Indian cricket team. Cricket fans from across the country are pouring condolences on the demise of Yashpal Sharma. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. High Court of the Manipur dismissed representations of the 3 BJP ex-MLAs challenging the order of Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly. COSEM Chairman Dr. Lamaba Mahendra urges schools under COSEM to submit students' evaluation reports latest by July 15. Managing Director of the Bharatiya Infra Project Limited Imphal branch Ningombam Ibochauba says construction of the Barak RCC bridge will complete within September this year. Manipur reports 796 new COVID-19 cases out of the 4,961 samples tested in 24 hours. Death toll reaches 1,309 with 22 new deaths. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges the Chief Minister of the Northeast states to take up strict actions to curb COVID-19 situation at micro level. And India reaches above the 49,000 recoveries and 31,443 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. India's recovery rate stands at 97.28%. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipur Bulletin. In the meantime, for more news and information, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Until then, have a great evening and always stay safe.